always kept my attitude.
Yeah.
Always. Didn't matter how broke I was. Money short and a midget on its knees, and I went out there with a smile. I'm dead serious. I went out there with a smile. I went out there every day with a smile when I was dead broke and said, we're going to turn this around. Dallin's had hard moments. Greg and Lori have had hard moments right before they came into this company. Kimmon's had hard moments. George's had hard moments. Amy Dunlap. Everybody that's gone out and done anything's had hard moments. Mary Kay Ash, nobody believed her. She went out and took a loan for $5,000. She had $5,000 of her savings, pulled together a little bit of other money, and guess what? Went and bought a couple purses and says, ladies, we're going to sell cosmetics. She built $1 billion enterprise.
Wow.
Dallin took a Nasahi berry from Brazil, put it into a bottle that looked like wine, and went out and did $3.8 billion because people believed in what Dallin was made of, and I believe in what Dallin's made of. Here's what I've seen. I've fallen in love with this business. I used to sell leads. I used to sell the picks and shovels to this industry. So I know what it looks like on the other side. I know about George's success, and I know about the Ferraro's success previously. But you know what I didn't see? I didn't get to see the people that an extra $50 or $100 or $200 a week completely changes their life. Guys, some of you guys are going out there telling people they can make $100 grand a month. They've never made $10,000 a month in their careers, and they're running away from you. The average bankruptcy in America in 2017, the average household, $483 in monthly income would have saved them from bankruptcy. That's all it is. Remember that when you're going out there. If we can help 1 million families make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month, we'll have $1 billion company. I truly believe that. So Dallin said to me, let's go bless 1 million people through the products. We're starting with that. He says, let's go bless 1 million people with a business opportunity, but I want to do it totally different, Daniel. I don't want to take private equity. I don't want to go public. And I don't need the rocket ship I had last time. The truth is, and I told this to the group on the cruise at our welcome reception, the truth about Monavie is this. Part of why Monavie didn't last longer, still in business, they sold out. They still do $10 million a month just in the juice, $120 million a year company, incredible. But here's what's amazing and why it didn't last longer. Here's what's amazing to me when you really study it. You can study all the numbers, the books, the countries, the market opening. You can study all that. Here's what it comes down to. The growth outpaced the leadership. You had people walking across the stage going, my name's Susie, I'm from Arkansas. I don't know how I got here, but I made $60,000 last month. Because I talked to 3 people who talked to 3, I don't know how, what am I even doing up here? And they don't even know how they got there. Can I tell you about this room right now? Let me tell you this. When massive success happens over the next 12, 18, 24 months, you guys are going to be prepared. You guys are going to be prepared because you're digging the skills. I love what Jim Rohn says. I pity the man that inherits $1 million, but doesn't have the skills to go with it. He's going to walk into a department store and say, how many colors does that shirt come in? He's going to be a broke man soon because he doesn't understand how to even manage what he has because somebody gave it to him. What are you guys doing in this industry? You're creating the skills. You're laying the foundation. We're going to have massive growth. We're already having incredible. I mean, 49.3 million our first year, 100 million the second. We're doing incredible stuff. But the hyper growth like Monavie has, first off, I'm not even interested. And for those of you that are looking, these Bitcoin deals and stuff have ruined this industry. Yes. Seriously, I know somebody made $1 million a month. Oh, just stop. No, you don't. That thing's not lasting. It lasts 8 months. We've got a couple other companies people have left for sale for. I won't name them. 2 of them. One, the FDA just served a letter on September 9th. Told them they have to take their products off the shelves. Go look it up. Where am I going with this? I don't want to do anything shortcut. I want to build a lasting legacy company. I want to make sure that every product we put out is the highest quality ingredients with science behind it and not just a bunch of smoke and mirrors to go make some money. And that's what we're doing. There's 3 or 4 things that really bother me about this industry, and that's one of them, all the hype. Hype doesn't last. You know what lasts is foundation. I love it. I love the companies that nobody thinks sexy, but they somehow do $1 billion, $2 billion a year, and they bless thousands of people. I love Herbalife. Gone from 900 million a year to 5 billion, and everybody says, how? Because people are fatter than ever and they need to lose weight. I love Amway. People say, Amway, that company's still in business? I'm going to tell you guys a short, true story. I'm in Atlanta at a brewery, Frank Sochnik, Brian Anderson, Ashley, with a super nice guy, owns a roofing company, him and his wife just came in Thursday, 2 hours before our meeting. They said, you mind doing a one-on-one? It wasn't actually a one-on-one, it was like a 5-on-1. But this guy said, Amway's still in business? Because they said, Daniel, just educate a little bit on the industry, what happens, the different trends, I said, yeah, Amway. They were doing $1 billion a month. Now they're doing like $800 million a month, some China stuff. Good old China. But I said, Amway, yeah, they're still in business. Have the largest private aircraft fleet in North America. More than Microsoft, more than General Electric. That's probably not a good one to say if you've been watching the news. General Electric's in trouble. They have the largest private aircraft fleet. 12 private jets, 4 helicopters. For the Amway Corporation, because 2 guys went out with a soap product, SA8, and they've taken it all over the globe. Nothing against their soap. We have life-changing products that make an impact on people now. So where am I going with this? I can tell you where we're going. We're going to get in the living rooms. We're going to dumb this thing down. We're going to make this incredibly simple over the next few months. Because I don't want to complicate the message. So many people think they need to be scientists. They think they need to do this. No, you don't. You need the VAP, Viseo Action Plans, the Bible of our business. I see you holding up yours. Awesome. I love it. Look at all these VAPs. I'm done. Have a good night. The VAP, the app, and the flip chart. That's it. Get Greg and Lori in front of your people. God, I love 3-way calls. Love 3-way calls. Where's Gilbert Anderson, by the way? Gilbert, stand up. Gilbert Anderson. Let me tell you about Gilbert for a minute. One of the most fiery, first off, he's an incredible speaker. He's one of the most fiery people I've had the chance to be around. And when I say fiery, this man's made a fortune in this industry before, and I sat with him in Mark Ewell's living room in his kitchen. And he says, I'm looking for my last company. I'm looking for a home. You know what Gilbert did that very few people have the vision to do? He sat by week in and week out while he was patiently, just like this group here, waiting for Canada to open. He sat by week in and week out. He'd call me every few weeks, Daniel, any updates? You know how hard it was for me, honestly? No updates. Dallin saying, Daniel, where's the update? No updates. A month later, Daniel, why isn't it open? Updates. No updates. And Gilbert hung in there and said, don't worry about it, partner. I know you're working hard. Don't worry about it. I know it's coming. Please give Gilbert a massive hand. I want this entire team from Canada, led by Gilbert, to be incredibly blessed over the next couple of years. For your sacrifice, your hard work, and your patience. There's something to be said for patience. To go fast, you have to go slow. But people say, that doesn't make sense. Sure it does. The only way you build the foundation and do things the right way, we could have shipped into Canada illegally. We could have cut all the corners like so many of other companies have done, including $1 billion company right around the corner from us, a massive essential oil company, just started shipping products in. Then they started getting fined, and the Competition Bureau came after them. We didn't want to do that. Can I tell you guys this? This is incredible to me. This is a win. We didn't have one warning letter from the Canadian government in 2 years. That's how you build a real company. Our attorney is one of the best at Dallin. He would come into town and he'd meet with me and he says, Daniel, this is crazy. I've helped 26 companies in this industry get open. You're the first one. This is what he told me at Tsunami Sushi. You're the first one that hasn't had a warning letter. So normally the clients are scrambling, going, we got to call the Competition Bureau. How do we solve this? There's a fine involved. You know, they're going to find you on the product side. They're going to find you on the business side of the company. He says, you guys have no warning letters. What's going on? I said, I truly believe we've got a class act. We've got professionals that understand the bigger picture to wait. And Gilbert's a big part of that class. I don't want to take up too much time. I'll take a few minutes, but I can tell you this. Where are we headed? I started a minute ago. Here's where we're headed. We're going to lock together one by one and build a massive movement. I've had people write me letters saying thank you so much for starting this because I made $260 last week. I had a lady a couple weeks ago, her and her husband got on the phone with me. Sweetest lady. Her husband got on the phone with me and said I made $180 this week. I got to tell you what's so crazy, Daniel. I said, what? She said, we were $176 short of making our mortgage payment. And our V-wall was $180. Then on the other side, Kim Bacher called me a few Fridays ago. I told this story, I guess it's been 7 weeks now. She called me and said, I knew you'd answer first before I called Rick or Dallin. I'm calling you at 4 in the afternoon on Friday for nothing other than to say thank you for making me a millionaire. 35,000 in credit card debt a few years ago. I remember doing a meeting for her in San Diego when it was pouring rain in the garage. There was a treadmill right in front of us and people were laughing. I said, forget this, we're going to make the best out of it. And we did. We had a kick-butt meeting. By the way, you know what an event is? This isn't just an event. You know what an event is? It's you looking somebody in the eye at Starbucks that wants to go out and do something. One person across from you at Starbucks flipping the charts an event. Doesn't have to be a convention, doesn't have to be a Dream Team University event. What a great name, by the way, Dream Team University. I love that. Here's the deal. An event is getting across from somebody that still has some hope, some passion, and a dream, and some fire in their eyes. I love Jim Rohn when he says about Lydia, give me somebody that's got a little bit of dream. Give me somebody that has no money, but they got a dream, I'll take them to the top. Gilbert's seen it. Greg and Lori have seen it. George and Adrian have seen it. Kim has seen it. Give me somebody with just a little bit of dream and fire. You know I'm here on a Saturday night? Because I'm hungry. No, I'm truly hungry. Dallin said, you're the craziest dude I ever seen. Woo! I told him, you gotta stop. You make it sound like I have no life, but I don't. I got a wife named Viseo. I live, eat, and breathe this thing. Call me at midnight if you need help. I love this, what we're doing. You know why? Because I came here, had no intention of getting up here and speaking. Dallin. There's 5 or 6 parameters he said when we partnered together. Tony asked me one time at one event to get up and I shared my story. Not a positive thing. I tried to keep it positive, but it was about my past and how my brother and I did. And I broke down. But Dallin said, if we partner together, I need you to get up there with me. And I'm going to need you to do some events. I did the first event with him at Terrace Mountain Outlet, November 16th of 2016. 3 weeks after I moved to Utah, and if I hadn't have been there speaking, if I was in the audience watching me, I would have walked out. It was horrible. You know what Dallin told me the next morning? Swear to you, true story, you can ask him privately. He said, well, at least you can run the operation. You know what I did that night? Let me tell you what I did that night. And I've shared this a couple times. I went home that night, November 16th, stayed up in front of the mirror for 4.5 to 5 hours. And I said, if I can talk to myself, I can talk to people. Because I'd always been a strategist behind the scenes. I could talk to anybody on the phone, but not in front of a group of people. Then I had this guy in Viseo tell me 2 days before that meeting, just pretend they're all naked. What public speaking school did you go to? Pretend they're naked. And he also said, public speaking, people would rather be dead than speak publicly. So it's interesting. That's right up there with, so you'd rather be in a coffin than have to speak to people. And I did that meeting, November 16th, true story, and I went home, and I was so bummed, because my partner is Dallin Larson. Thank you so much. I'm always sweating. My partner is Dallin Larson. And he's got billions in the industry, and I wasn't going to embarrass him anymore. And I want everybody in here to have that same hunger and fight when you leave here this weekend. I don't want you to embarrass your family. Forget your family, though. I don't want you to embarrass yourself. What do I mean by that? Who cares what they think of you? Who cares if you embarrass? I want you to think about here. Who cares? I want you to start digging in here. And I dug in here that night, and I stayed up till 2 in the morning talking in the mirror and saying, you know what, I can share what Viseo is. I can share about our products because I believe in them. I can share about the technology. And I just started sharing one by one. Now here's the difference over the last couple of years. It's gotten in my heart. Because I've seen what's possible. I've seen what's possible from this business where one person goes and shares it with one other, who shares it with another, who shares it with another, and you make an indirect impact. There's the direct impact, the people you sponsor. And by the way, they're like your kids. Nothing irks me more when I hear somebody say, I've sponsored them, they've done nothing, I haven't talked to them in a month. You need to treat them like your children. You're giving birth, you're giving life to a new person. I don't care their education level, I don't care if they're white or black, 18 or 80. If they got some hopes and they're a person of integrity and they've got some goals, don't give up on them. Some of your biggest leaders and biggest earners in this business will come 2 and 3 and 4 years from now. People that you sowed into their life and built relationships with and got to know their family and attended church with them. And you were there and crying in their car when they were having a bad moment. This is a relationship business. And so this business has gone from here for me the last couple of years to here because I know what's possible. I've listened to Ricky and Francoise cry on my shoulder. I've listened to Holly and Corbin cry when they didn't even know if Corbin was going to live. And I'm in a flight going to Minneapolis, Minnesota at 10:30 at night, and Holly texts me on WhatsApp. She says, I can't get a hold of anybody. Daniel, are you available? And I said, yes. She said, I tried to call you and it went to voicemail. I said, I'm in midair. I'll call you in 30 minutes. And I called her and she said, the helicopter just put Corbin in. The helicopter, they just shocked him. They were only going to get 3 shocks. They shocked him and they brought his heart back. And she said the helicopter took him to a trauma center, and I'm in Tulsa. We were at a football game, and Corbin had a heart attack. By the way, on the same day that his dad died years ago. And I called Holly at 10:30 at night, 11 o'clock at night when I landed, and I said, Holly, are you okay? And I almost just fell off. I said, Holly, are you okay? And she said, no, I'm not. But she couldn't even process what just happened because it was so quick and it happened so fast. I've listened to Frank Soshnick tell me about his dreams of touching people and what he wants to do. I've listened to our leadership. I've listened to Greg and Lori sit with me in a hotel room and say, Daniel, here's where we were just a few short years. We were on top of the world with this company for a number of years. We thought we'd never have to leave. We thought it was our home, and something happened. But we finally found our real home. And look what's happened over the last couple of years. And I've sat with Greg and Lori when they're talking about, and I've said, Greg, Lori, haven't I done this privately? I've said, wait till the next couple of years. They said, you wouldn't believe what we've been able to do. Daniel, listen to this. We paid our taxes, we got this, we're making this income. And you can see the fire in their eyes. And I said, wait till the next couple of years. Because I've been there. I know what it's like to have nothing. I know what it's like to have a lot. And anybody tells you it's better to be broke? People say all the time, rich people, I know a lot of rich people that aren't happy. I know a lot of broke, poor people that aren't happy. Happy people are happy people. Unbelievable. All these sayings. I had somebody tell me on the phone a couple weeks ago, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. This was an MD, by the way. I said, you can send somebody to medical school, doesn't mean you can make them think.
Got him.
I couldn't think of anything else to say. With all this said, here's where I'm going. We're going to reach down, and now it's time to go to work. Yeah. I'm a believer that work works. I'm not a big believer in luck. I do think the man upstairs rewards those that work hard. The guy that has the beautiful garden and he's out there with the rock pile. Everybody's heard the story, and he's out there, he's got these rocks in his front yard. For years, his neighbors are driving by. Man, those things are so ugly. And then one day, there's all these beautiful flowers and grass, and it's planted. He's out there watering it for 6 months, and the neighbor drives by and says, man, it's a beautiful garden you've created. Beautiful. Oh, man, everything. You've done it. Oh, man, God is good. He says, well, God's good, but have you seen me out here the last 6 months? That's life. You better be working. Every time I hear somebody say God will provide, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer. But when I hear somebody say God will provide, but they're sitting on their couch watching Days of Our Lives, I don't think God wants that for us. I'm sorry, I don't. I think God wants you to take one step, and He'll take 2. And you take another step, and He'll take 2. And you take another step, and He'll take 2. I'm a big believer in that. So here's what we need to do. We've got 7 weeks, 6.5, almost 7 weeks left in the year. We need everyone to leave this event. You know, people come to stuff like this and, do I need to go to stuff? Is that a motivation? Do I need to go to one of those? Well, you need a shower. Motivation doesn't last. Inspiration, education, none of that lasts. Well, neither does your shower, but you do it every day. This absolutely lasts. You know why? Because you're learning skills. If I'm you, I have a notebook out all weekend and I'm taking notes from Greg, Lori, Gilbert, Kim, Amy, George. I'm taking notes all weekend because one of those skills can change your business. Events are so powerful because I don't know what event you're going to get it from, but there's going to be an event that's going to change your entire direction of your business. It's just like this business. People think you need 100 people to go make $1 million. They think you need 100 people to go touch a bunch of lives. You know what you need? 3, 4, 5 committed people, and your business will explode. This business is incredible when it's growing, and it's miserable and frustrating when you don't know what to do next or you don't have anybody fired up. Can everybody agree? I want everybody in this room to get some fired up people. I want you to leave here after this event, and here's what I want your goal to be. I want your goal to be 3 things. Number 1, get better. Develop the skills and get better. I don't want you to be Gilbert Anderson in front of the room. The guy's incredible. He's been doing this for years. I don't want you to have the polish of a Gilbert. I don't want you to be able to speak like George and Adrian in a presentation, or Amy, or Greg and Lori, or Kimmin. Kimmin's incredible on the phone. Why? Because they polish their skills. But I want you to get better. That's number 1. The second thing is, I want you to find some fired up people. When you're shucking the oysters, and you're going through, and you're finding the people that aren't interested, and you're throwing them back in the water because they're not interested, or it's not for them, or they're super negative, it's okay. I want you to find a couple pearls. I don't care what they look like. I just care that they have a dream and some hope, and get them on the phone with me. If Gilbert's your upline, get him on the phone with Gilbert. If Greg's your upline, Greg's this room's upline, but if Greg's your upline or your personal, get him on the phone. I want you guys to find a couple runners in this room, so this room can explode, so Dream Team University can explode, so Paseo can explode, and we can create some incredible stories. That's number 2. The third thing I want every single person in this room to do, and it's critical. I want you guys to change this. Yeah. I'm talking about it more than ever lately because I know this is where it's at. If we can change this up here, we're going to build a massive company. We're going to build a company bigger than Dallin's previous community, I can guarantee it. I truly believe that. And it's going to be lasting, and it's going to be around for decades. There's going to be people in this family who your kids will walk up on stage and be diamonds. Not just you, but your kids will be diamonds. My goal in this company is to build a legacy company that competes with the Shackleys, competes with the Mary Kays. I want the Ferraro Juniors walking across the stage. I'm serious. I want George and Adrian's kids to participate in this company 10, 12 years from now. I'm serious. That's my goal in this business because that's what's possible. I want everybody in here, when you leave here, let's find a couple fired up folks, but have your eyes on vision. It's 2020. You go to the optometrist, what do you want? 2020 vision. We're only going to have 2020 once. And I had a pastor just tell me, I normally don't speak about faith very much, but I had a pastor just tell me last week. He says, I don't know what it is. And he knows very little about the company. He says, I don't know what it is, but I have this feeling, this prophetic feeling about 2020. It's going to be the biggest thing you and your partners don't even understand. That's what he told me on the phone last Tuesday. He said, you guys have been working hard at the end of 16, 17, 18, 19. You've been working hard laying the foundation. You talk about legacy and success and helping people. He said 2020 is going to be a banner year. Woo! He said you won't even be able to contain what's going to happen. And I said, really? Where are you getting this from? He said, the man upstairs. I said, then I won't argue with him. It's his plan, not mine. I love it. He says 2020, you guys are going to look back at the end of 20 and say, wow. I've already looked back and said, wow, because I got a room here of some fired up folks that love being here. I want to end and share this with you. This is the greatest business in the world. I'll argue with anybody. Get them on the phone with me. Don't ever argue with an idiot from 100 yards away, by the way. Nobody can tell you apart. So many people want to argue and always want to be right. Would you rather be rich or right? I'd rather be both. So anyways,
I love you both. Which rather be rich?
On a serious note, here's what I know. This is the greatest business in the world. There should be a book written, How to Be a Capitalist with No Money, and talk about direct sales. It's the only business I know of. You can take a few $100s on a credit card that you have 30 days to pay back. You can use the bank's money. You can go out and talk to a few people. You can make a few calls, share a few videos, get a few people to a meeting or event, and in 30 days pay back the bank and you're off to the races. You're out of the red and into the black, and it's all gravy from there. And if you pick the right company at the right time, and you hold on and you're willing to work and you're willing to dream, we're in a society that dreams. People don't dream anymore. People have lost their dreams. You're crazy if you're an adult talking about dreams, but when you're 12 years old, everybody's standing up in school, 10, 11, 12. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a lawyer, a doctor. Then you get to adulthood and you get beat up. And you get a divorce. Your family says they don't believe in you. Or your best friend from high school says she doesn't believe in you or he doesn't believe in you. And you start getting beat up and you give up. This is an industry of dreamers. I'm in love with this business. And when I see the negative press and different things, I giggle because they don't understand. They think it's people getting together at the Texas station in Las Vegas on a Saturday for a powwow or some type of revival. I wish they'd come and sit in and see what the possibilities are. I'm serious. I wish they'd see the people whose lives have been changed by this business. More women have earned $100,000 a year or more in this industry, because of this industry, than any profession ever. And 68% of the sales right now is full of females, so if you're a man in this room, you should be ashamed. 7 out of 10 females, man, these ladies know how to network. Wow. And it's growing. It was about half and half at the beginning. The females are taking over. They are taking over. So where am I going with this? I love this business. I love what we're building. I love this industry. I love Dallin's integrity and character, because choices have been hard to make, and we've made choices that have cost the company a lot of money. We're running lean and mean, but we made some decisions and done some things. We're not going to make perfect choices all the time. We can't. But we're going to do the best we can, as often as we can, as ethically as we can. We're a company you can believe in and trust. People buy products and do business with people they love and they trust. And I want to build a brand that people love and trust. This is an industry that all of you should go out and be proud of. When I was on the airplane taking off from Salt Lake, and the lady sitting next to me says, "What do you do?" I said, "I'm partners in a direct sales company." She said, "Oh, a salesman." I said, "Not quite." I said, "We have 9 nutritional supplements." And I started to educate her a little bit about it. And that's when she said, "Oh, you're working on a Saturday night?" I said, "Absolutely." She said, "You seem excited to be working on a Saturday night." I said, "I'm fired up." She said, "Really? Why?" And I started to tell her a little bit about it. And she said, "Oh, that sounds very motivational." As she's sitting there eating her chocolate and her jalapeno chips and her Coca-Cola Classic, bad nutrition. And I'm sitting next to her and I said, "I love it." You know why? Because there's going to be one person, this is what I told her. You know why I love this business? There's going to be one person today whose lives totally changed. Yes. It was Gilbert's a number of years ago. Gilbert doesn't let anything affect him. He's gone through relationship struggles, gone through financial struggles, struggled with his father's health. Doesn't let anything affect him. Greg and Lori, top of the road, $50,000, $60,000 a month in income, down to zero. And they're back.